Hi, my name is Tanner Sharp, and this is my story. So, I've experienced anxiety and depression for the majority of my life. I grew up in a difficult home, and my situation kind of progressed as I got older. I started to take medications to mitigate some of the symptoms, but over time, medications started to kind of pile up, and my symptoms didn't really go away. And Leading to 2017, from the outside looking in, it looked like I had my life in order. I had two jobs and a girlfriend, a car, an apartment. But the reality was I was crumbling. Slowly, I was dismantling my life piece by piece. And leading up into November, I had gone to bed. I was living with my parents at the time, and I'd taken my sleep aid a little bit later than normal. And my parents had left early in the morning, and they came back around 7, and it woke me up when they came back home. But I thought that I went back to sleep. But apparently, I got up and I ended up leaving the house. I was missing for 12 hours. I have no memory of the time that I was gone. My girlfriend eventually found me at a hospital in Auburn. Some strangers had brought me in. They said they were friends but didn't identify themselves, and they'd said I had a seizure and hit my head. We're not really sure if I had hit my head and then had the seizure, or if I had the seizure and then hit my head. But it resulted in a traumatic brain injury, and I ended up getting really close to having to have emergency brain surgery. The following weeks after hitting my head, I lost my license, and I also found out that I'd lost my sense of smell and my sense of taste. And the process of going through the head injury and just the transition, I started to lose control over my emotions, and kept dismantling my life more, to the point where my parents ended up kicking me out just before I was supposed to start the IOP. And I ended up having to sleep on the streets for a few nights before I got a place at the shelter. And I started IOP, and the first couple of weeks that I was in IOP, I was a real jerk. I was really rude to everybody here, and didn't really take the information that I was getting seriously. Everybody here, regardless of how much of a jerk I was, all of the staff at Beautiful Minds showed me a ridiculous amount of unconditional love and support. And I had an epiphany walking one day here, and I cried. I broke down crying, and I felt terrible for the way that I had acted and treated, and I made a decision then that I was going to start to put in the work. I started to take notes when I was in class. I paid a lot more attention. I listened. I tried not to speak out and be rude. I really tried to take in the information that I was learning and apply it to my situation. Really started to operate on the day-to-day from the capacity that I had, and started to view my journey more so in terms of how can I get better, and less of terms of judgment. It wasn't an immediate change. It took a lot of persistence and consistency. It took a lot of being really honest and having some humility with myself. But over time, I started to notice change. I started to repair the relationships that I had systematically destroyed over time, and I started to progress in my own journey. Now I have the blessing and the opportunity to share my story and share the things that I've learned to help other people on their journeys, and to help them walk on the same path of healing that I've walked. I'm so excited that you have taken this opportunity to engage with this online program and take this next step in your journey. I encourage you to really soak up the information that you see in each module, write it down, and try your best to apply it to your life as soon as possible. There's going to be a lot of information, and so it's important for you to sort through it for yourself and find out what works for you best and what doesn't work. Remember, the power of healing is yours. I cannot wait to hear your story.